The Patriots are coming off another week that has left fans scratching their heads, and this time the consequences were immediate and unforgiving. Facing a Steelers team that, on paper, may not look insurmountable compared to some of the league's elite, the Patriots managed to turn what could have been a hard-fought victory into a frustrating and self-inflicted defeat. For 2 weeks in a row, sloppy football has haunted them, and this game made it painfully clear that missed opportunities are not just a nuisance. They can completely derail a season. It is one of those contests where if you could sum it up in a single phrase, it would be what could have been, because the talent is there, the moments were there, but execution was simply not. 5 turnovers in a single game is a number that would usually spell doom for any team, and yet, somehow, the Patriots stayed in it at various points. They even led at times, which makes the collapse all the more incomprehensible. Each turnover compounded the pressure. Each mistake felt heavier than the last, and in a sport where margins are so razor-thin, these errors became the defining factor. Watching the game unfold, it is impossible not to feel the frustration not only of the coaching staff but of the players themselves. Rondre Stevenson's inability to secure the football was glaring. 2 fumbles in one game are hard to overlook, especially considering his history, and yet there he was, still on the field, and still part of the offensive game plan. Add in an interception and a series of other minor missteps, and it becomes obvious that the Patriots' young roster is still trying to find its identity. They are a team in transition, with a mix of promising talent and carryovers from previous seasons, and this combination has yet to find its equilibrium. But what makes this loss even more maddening is that the defense performed admirably given the circumstances. Aaron Rodgers, who has been in the league long enough to know how to pick apart defenses, was held to 139 passing yards, while the running game was limited to just 64 yards. On paper, the Steelers' offense should have looked unstoppable, but the Patriots' mistakes handed them opportunities without forcing them to work for much. Turnovers were the story, and they were unforgiving. On the defensive side, Christian Ellis, another holdover from the previous regime, struggled to make an impact, often leaving the field for Marte Mapu on critical third downs. It is a stark reminder that some of the players brought back with expectations of consistency are now under the microscope, and their performance, or lack thereof, could dictate their future in this system. The offense, meanwhile, displayed a patchwork of promise and frustration. Hunter Henry was a bright spot, tallying 90 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, showing that in the midst of chaos, there is potential to execute effectively. He remains a favorite target, and his ability to find space and convert opportunities into points underscores the disparity between the few players stepping up and the larger group underperforming. Wide receivers, in particular, were unable to generate explosive plays, with no reception exceeding 30 yards. It is a glaring deficiency, one that cannot be ignored if the Patriots hope to compete against teams with strong defensive units. Stephon Diggs, still returning from injury, is a key figure whose involvement in the offense remains limited, and it is difficult not to read into the lack of volume he sees. If he is not receiving the ball as expected, it is an indicator that either his recovery is not fully complete or the offensive system is failing to utilize one of its most dangerous weapons. Meanwhile, the game added insult to injury with Dill Peppers, the safety the Patriots cut just before the season, delivering a performance against his former team that directly impacted the outcome. His forced fumble and recovery highlighted just how fragile momentum can be when a team fails to protect the ball and take advantage of critical moments. Looking deeper, Rondre Stevenson becomes the focal point of the team's offensive struggles. Once considered a potential all-time leading rusher for the franchise, his fumble issues have persisted, making it increasingly difficult to trust him in high-leverage situations. The coaching staff has little choice but to reconsider the depth chart, potentially elevating Tavon Henderson or giving Antonio Gibson more responsibility, while limiting Stevenson to situational touches until he can prove his reliability. This recalibration of the running back rotation is not just about talent. It is about trust and ball security, which in football is everything. A player's ability to handle the football consistently often outweighs raw ability, and in the NFL, mistakes are punished mercilessly. The first half against the Steelers provided a perfect example of this, with the Patriots sitting on the 2-yard line and failing to score after a series of poor decisions. Instead of taking what the defense offered and pushing forward, they turned the ball over, squandering points that could have made the difference in a close game. This inability to execute in pivotal moments has ripple effects that extend beyond a single contest, affecting confidence, game planning, and ultimately, the trajectory of the season. Pop Douglas, intended to be a key piece in the slot receiver role, has also struggled to carve out meaningful involvement, often being overshadowed by personnel combinations favoring other players. In 2 games, his impact has been minimal, and his route running and overall production do not yet justify the expectations placed upon him. The Patriots' offensive schemes are leaning heavily on certain combinations, such as utilizing 12 personnel with Hunter Henry and tight end Austin Hooper, along with the wide receivers who are generating the most separation, leaving others waiting for opportunities in more situational sets. In this environment, patience is not just a virtue, it is a necessity for players trying to earn trust and establish consistency. The final plays of the game epitomized the Patriots' season struggles so far. On a critical 4th down, a simple yard to gain could have kept hopes alive, but a poor decision to retreat rather than push forward ended the drive and the game in one devastating moment. It is a reminder that instinct, timing, and decisiveness are what separate good players from great ones, and without those traits fully ingrained, mistakes compound and opportunities vanish. The roster still has potential, but the window for adjustment is closing quickly. Younger players like Kyle Williams and Effin Chisholm may see more playing time as the coaching staff seeks to establish a lineup that reflects the culture they're trying to instill, players who execute, protect the football, and make decisive plays when it counts. The Patriots now turn their attention to the Carolina Panthers, a team that, despite early expectations, is far from a pushover. Coming off a dominant performance against the Falcons, the Panthers are led by Bryce Young, whose progression under offensive coordinator Dave Canales has been impressive. He is developing quickly, supported by a strong running game featuring Chuba Hubbard and Trey McMillan. The Patriots will need to bring their most disciplined, mistake-free football if they hope to compete. Turnovers, penalties, and lapses in judgment will be punished ruthlessly. There is no room for spectacular plays if fundamentals fail. The key is simple. When the plays that matter, execute consistently and control the game in ways that do not leave victory in the hands of chance. For a team still finding its identity, the road ahead is challenging, and learning from the mistakes against Pittsburgh is essential. The next few games, starting with the Panthers, will test whether the Patriots can translate potential into consistent performance and build the trust necessary within the roster to survive the rigors of the NFL season. Looking ahead, the Patriots' matchup with the Panthers isn't just another game on the schedule. It has quickly become a must-win scenario. After 2 losses, the pressure is mounting, and the team cannot afford another self-inflicted setback. Carolina is no longer the rebuilding project of years past. This is a team with momentum, a balanced defensive attack, and a quarterback who has quickly established himself as a leader on the field. Bryce Young has already shown a remarkable ability to read defenses, adjust on the fly, and create opportunities both through the air and on the ground. The Panthers' offensive line is protecting him well, and their running backs are capable of making defenses pay when gaps appear. For the Patriots, the challenge is straightforward but far from simple. Eliminate mistakes, enforce discipline, and execute at a consistently high level. Every misstep that cost them against Pittsburgh must be addressed, or the team risks finding itself in another situation where talent is wasted and opportunity slips away. One of the biggest issues has been the handling of the football. Rondre Stevenson's fumbling has become a recurring nightmare. He has the skill and physical tools to be a game-changing back, but the inability to hold onto the ball transforms potential into liability. The Patriots coaching staff is now faced with a delicate balancing act. Give Stevenson opportunities to showcase his talent, while simultaneously protecting the offense from turnovers that could be the difference between a win and a loss. Tavon Henderson and Antonio Gibson have both demonstrated the reliability needed to keep the chains moving, and it is likely that their roles will increase significantly, with Stevenson's touches carefully managed until trust is rebuilt. The situation is indicative of a larger theme within this Patriots team. Talent alone is not enough. The NFL demands execution, decision-making, and reliability. It is a league where a single error can alter the course of a game, and multiple mistakes compound quickly. Against Pittsburgh, the Patriots showed that even when their defense performs admirably and some players step up, mistakes in critical moments can erase all progress. Pop Douglas is another player under scrutiny. Originally seen as a potential cornerstone in the slot receiver position, he has yet to make a significant impact. Routes are misaligned, timing is off, and his involvement in crucial sets remains minimal. The coaching staff is clearly leaning toward personnel who consistently produce results, favoring other combinations that maximize Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, and the wide receivers who are capable of stretching the field. While Douglas remains on the roster, his time to prove he can be a reliable option is shrinking, and he will need to adapt quickly if he hopes to earn meaningful reps moving forward. The offensive strategy itself also highlights the need for simplicity and fundamentals. In games where the Patriots have tried to manufacture creativity rather than rely on execution, the results have been disastrous. Against the Steelers, plays that should have been routine ended in turnovers, poor decisions, and squandered opportunities. The lesson is clear. In order to compete at a high level, the team must prioritize sound football, trust in their own preparation, and resist the temptation to overcomplicate. The defense, while performing admirably against Pittsburgh, cannot carry the team alone. They limited Aaron Rodgers to 139 passing yards and controlled the ground game, yet the constant giveaways by the offense put them in impossible positions. Discipline on offense is just as crucial as execution on defense, and the next few weeks will test whether the Patriots can establish a balance between the two. Special teams and situational awareness also come into focus. In a game of inches, every missed tackle, poor decision, or breakdown in coverage can swing momentum. The Patriots cannot afford lapses in judgment, and they must be willing to make the hard, physical plays that define close contests. With Carolina coming into Gillette, the Patriots will face a unit that has confidence from recent performances, including a dominant 30-0 win over the Falcons. They are a team that moves the ball efficiently, can strike quickly through the air, and has the running game to punish mistakes. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The baseball world is buzzing with whispers that could shake the very foundations of the American League. Rumors are swirling that Julio Rodriguez, the young phenom who has dazzled fans with his electrifying play, might be on the move to the New York Yankees. Insiders say that whispers in the league clubhouses suggest the Yankees are quietly working behind the scenes to make a blockbuster acquisition that would instantly reshape their lineup. Rodriguez, already a household name thanks to his power, speed, and uncanny ability to change a game with a single swing, would instantly become the crown jewel of the Bronx Bombers roster, sending shockwaves through every division rival. Speculation is running rampant that if the deal goes through, the Yankees could instantly vault to serious World Series contention, forcing teams like the Boston Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays to rethink their strategies. Fans on social media are already in a frenzy, debating everything from how Rodriguez would gel with Aaron Judge to whether the team could realistically fit him onto the salary cap. One anonymous source hinted that if Julio lands in New York, it's going to be an absolute earthquake in the AL East. Every team will feel it. The timing also adds fuel to the fire. Whispers suggest talks have been quietly progressing since the trade deadline, but nothing has leaked until now. Adding to the sports chatter, another hot topic is Joe Buck's recent commentary on the Patriots. Known for his sharp takes, Buck didn't hold back, criticizing the team's recent performance and fueling more speculation about the state of New England's franchise. While the Patriots are football, not baseball, The buzz around Bucks comments seems to be blending with every sports conversation, making this week a maelstrom of gossip, speculation, and bold predictions. Could Rodriguez really be the missing piece the Yankees need? And how will Bucks' words influence the broader sports narrative? For now, fans are left on the edge of their seats, waiting for confirmation or a dramatic twist in this high-stakes rumor mill. If this deal happens, the American League will never look the same. One thing is certain: wherever Julio Rodriguez lands, the excitement is guaranteed and the chatter won't die down anytime soon. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.